and good morning, students. Welcome back. We are doing explanation of chapter number 3, Deep Water, from Flamingo prose section. And so far we have covered that the author had fear of water, but he later decided to overcome his fear and he started learning swimming. Why he was afraid of water? Because when he was 4 years old, he was knocked down by a wave when he was with his father at a beach. Later, he started learning swimming at YMCA Yakima, and something bad happened there. Bad as in, a guy came and he threw him into the pool. As he was unaware how to do swimming, so he was unable to escape from there. He tried once, twice, but he could not make it. And after his third attempt, which was still a failure, he started becoming unconscious. So we have done till here. So now, what will happen next? Let's start. When Douglas regained his consciousness, he realized he had been saved. He was lying on his stomach. He was vomiting. He heard voices. Someone said he had nearly died. The young man who had thrown him into the pool said that he had done it for fun. So when he regained his consciousness, he heard people discussing that he was nearly died. And the guy who thrown him into the pool said that I did it just as fun. Now, what happened next? Fear haunts him. After some time, Douglas went home. He was weak and trembling. The dreadful experience haunted him again and again. A few years later, he went to the waters of the Cascades. He wished to wade into them. The terror seized him again. His legs were paralyzed. Whenever and wherever he went fishing, canoeing, bathing, and swimming, he was seized with terror. The joy of living was lost. Now fear haunts him. Whenever he visits anywhere, he was terrified by the water, because all the time he tried to come out of his fear, he again got it harder. So the joy of living was lost. So finally, Douglas decided to get an instructor to help him overcome his fear of water. The instructor helped him bit by bit, piece by piece. First, he put a belt around Douglas and attached the belt with a rope. He held the end of the rope as they moved up and down the pool. He made Douglas put his face underwater and exhale. He held Douglas on the side of the pool and made him kick with legs. He was with Douglas for about 6 months. When he felt that Douglas was able to swim alone, he left. Now what happened? Douglas found an instructor to help him. And he helped him properly, step by step. In the beginning, he tied him with a rope which was attached with a corner by one end, and the other end was attached with Douglas. And the instructor asked him to put his face in water and exhale. It means it's a process of learning swimming in the initial days. He also asked him to kick underwater so that he would understand how to make leg movements. And when he come to know and he felt that Douglas was able to swim, he left. Who left? The instructor of Douglas. Now after learning this, he got confidence. Though Douglas was able to swim the length of the pool up and down, He was not sure that the old fear had left him completely. He, however, was able to overcome it if it reappeared. Now, what has happened? Now, Douglas is able to to swim the length of the pool up and down, but he still is unsure that he had overcome his fear, but he is now confident enough that if I would face any fear of water, I will be able to overcome it. Then he went to the Lake Wentworth in New Hampshire. He also dived off a dock at Triggs Island. He swam 2 miles across the lake to Stamp Act Island. He used all the strokes he knew. Only once the terror returned, but Douglas was able to overcome it at once. Now, when he got confidence and he was able to swim, he did swimming at Lake Wentworth, and he also swim across Stamp Act Island. Once terror reappeared, but he was able to overcome it. Now the final victory. He still wanted to test himself, so Douglas went to Worm Lake. There he swam across to the other shore and back. Terror did not reappear. Douglas gave out a cry of victory. Now what happened is, still because the terror, the kind of fear was reappearing, so he still wanted to check himself, and he went to Worm Lake. There he swam across to the other shore and back. Now he was able to swim across the other shore and back, and terror did not reappear, and Douglas was crying out of victory. He was crying out of happiness. So the meaningful experience. His terror of water and his conquest of it gave him an insight into the meaning of life and death. He had experienced the fear of death as well as the sensations of dying. He felt there is peace in death. So he lived more intensely. He enjoyed life. So the most important part is here. The meaningful experience. You see, students, in the beginning he was so afraid of water that he was not willing to go near water. But when he started learning swimming, something happened and the fear became even powerful. But later on, he learned swimming and he swam across various lakes and islands, and later on he became confident enough and the fear vanished. So the most important part, what the author is trying to convey is that there is no joy if you are fearing life. You have to live life not in fear, because he had experienced the fear of death when he was unable to come out of water. So he was feeling the fear of death because he was thinking that I am going to die. And he also had felt the sensations of dying. So he said that there is peace in death. It means that death is peaceful. There is no chaos at all. So it's better to live more intensely. Do what you are passionate about. Do good for your career. Do good for yourself. Enjoy yourself. And do not be afraid of anything in life. It will help you to live life more peaceful and properly. So you see, if you have any fear, students, try to overcome it. Alright? Eventually you will be able to. But in the initial days it's hard, but it will be for sure. So I hope you would have understood what we have discussed so far. But I want you to read it yourself also and understand it. Thank you and have a nice day.